and thank you for attending the USA Triathlon Collegiate National Championship pre-race briefing. My name is Emily with the Active Network, and I will be your moderator this evening. So presenting today is USA Triathlon Race Director Jeff Dyrek, and we also have Rachel Leaf and Tom Thurkildson from USAT here to answer your questions. So before we get started, there are a few things I'd like to mention. First off, we encourage you to listen to the webinar through your computer speakers. And if that is not an option for you and you are calling in, the number to dial is located in the email you received when you registered, and your phone line will be muted throughout the entire presentation. If you have any questions for our presenter today, you can submit them using the Q&A box on the right-hand side of your screen at any time during the presentation. There will also be time at the end to address your questions. Simply type your question in to the Q&A box and send to all panelists. This presentation is being recorded and will be available on USAT's website after the webinar. Now that we're ready to get started, it's my great pleasure to turn it over to Jeff Dyrek. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Emily. Appreciate that. And on behalf of USA Triathlon, I want to welcome all the participants to the pre-race briefing. We're excited and looking forward to getting to Tuscaloosa next week, getting everything prepared. This briefing is going to provide everything that you need to know for the race. And as Emily mentioned earlier, we are going to record this and place it on our website, so you can go back and listen to this multiple times, or if there are people that you know that couldn't be on the live format of this, they can go back and watch this and listen as well to everything that's provided. Again, we're excited to head to Tuscaloosa. We have over 1,150 athletes participating in Collegiate Nationals. We have about 348 in the Collegiate Sprint race. And again, we have about 120 plus teams competing. So these are great numbers showing the growth in collegiate triathlon, and we're excited to host a national championship next week. So we'll get started with the information. One of the things we want to share with you is that this race will be televised. There will be it will be a 2-hour show, 1 hour dedicated to the women's race, and 1 hour committed to the men's race. So again, smile for the event. There's going to be helicopters, camera crews everywhere, so we're really excited for that, and the partnership with CBS Sports Network. Again, this will air probably late April, early May, and we'll get you more information on that coming here shortly. So let's get started with everything that we need to know for the event. So this is the event schedule. As you'll see, 9 to 3 on Friday. Packet pickup and the expo will take place at the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater. 10 to 12 on Friday as well. We'll have the Halo swim warm-up area, dry land. So this means that there's going to be an area set up. Again, we're not getting in the water at this particular time or at the Halo swim warm-up. This will take place at the Bama Bell parking lot, but at the same time, there will also be a swim practice where athletes will be able to get in the water as well. 3 o'clock on Friday, the captain's meeting. This is for coaches and team captains only, so this is not for the entire team to show up. Again, this is just to go over any changes that may have occurred during the week. So captains and coaches only at this time. At 4 o'clock, we encourage you to show up for the rules briefing. This will be with the head referee, Charlie Crawford. And also, pretty much all day long, and follow up with your conference leaders. The conferences will also be meeting to go over the future of conference triathlon and some of the other stuff. So, and then also from 5 to 8 o'clock, the free athlete pasta party. There are 4 separate waves, as you'll see, and we'll post the schedule for each school on Monday, which wave you'll be part of. We've been asking for RSVPs to kind of help us with that selection. So if you haven't RSVP'd yet, please do so. And again, we'll post that schedule on Monday. Moving over to Saturday, race day. 5:30, transition will open. And transition is open for all athletes, so all collegiate national athletes and all college sprint athletes need to check in their bikes between 5:30 and 7:30. All day as well, the swim warm-up area will be open. So again, you can check your bike in the morning, head over to the Bama Bell parking lot where the swim start is. Get a warm-up on the dry land, and then between 7 and 7:20 for the men, you can get into the water and get your swim warm-up in. 7:30 promptly, we'll close transition and start the men's race. So make sure you have everything ready to go at 7:30. At 9:30 to 9:50, the women will be able to get into the water. The Halo swim warm-up area will also be accessible to you. The men at 9:45, that is your bike cutoff time. So you must be back in the transition by 9:45. If you don't make it back by 9:45, you will be pulled from the course. At 10 o'clock, the women, you will start your race. 11 o'clock, the transition area will reopen for any of the sprint athletes who are competing. You'll have an hour to get organized, get your stuff prepared. So at 12 o'clock, transition will close for the sprint athletes. Between 12 and 12:20, the sprint warm-up will open, and that will take place in the water. Now, for the sprint athletes, the start for you is in a different location, and we'll go through this in a little bit more detail a little bit later in the presentation, but it's different from the Collegiate National start, which is over at the Bama Bell. The sprint start is actually going to be at the swim exit, so you'll swim, start, and exit at the same location. 12:30 is the bike cutoff time for the women, so all women, you must be back in the transition area by 12:30. If not, we will pull you from the course. Simultaneously at 12:30, the collegiate sprint race will start. Approximately 1:30, we'll start allowing bikes to be checked out of transition, and again, that's depending on where people are on the course. So plan on around 1:30 to check your bikes out. 2:45 p.m., the course will be closed to all events. So Collegiate Nationals athletes, sprint athletes, you must be off the course through the finish line by 2:45. And then at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock that evening, we'll have the award ceremony at the amphitheater. So we enjoy the award ceremony. That's probably one of the greatest award ceremonies we ever see through any events that we attend. So we appreciate all the enthusiasm from the teams at the award ceremony. I'll talk a little bit about the packet pickup procedure. So on Friday at the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater, from 9 to 3, the expo and packet pickup will take place. Bike support will also be happening at this time at the amphitheater. So again, come down if you need a little help on your bike. There will be bike techs there to help you. When you do attend, please, we'll go in more detail on the parking areas, but do not park at the amphitheater, at the Bama Bell, or on the side of the road on Jack Warner, because you will be ticketed and towed. The city has made that clear to us. So again, make sure to follow the parking instructions to avoid any problems with the Tuscaloosa police. And again, when you do come to packet pickup, make sure you bring a photo ID so we can verify who you are. You will not be able to pick up any other packets for your teammates who may not have arrived yet. You must be in person to pick up your packet. And please be on time. Again, 9 to 3. If you have any questions about those times, please send those over to us, and we'll try to help you out. Now, as I mentioned on the parking, this goes for Friday and Saturday, these parking instructions. Where my cursor is right now, this is the amphitheater. So this is where everything's taking place. There are 2 parking lots for the event. The first one is called the City Fest parking lot, which is located right here on the corner of Greensboro and University. And the other one is the intermodal parking deck, which is located behind City Hall right here. So again, you park here, you make it to over University and Greensboro, you can walk all the way down Greensboro to Jack Warner, take a left on Jack Warner, and you're right at the amphitheater. This is probably a couple hundred yards in terms of the walk. Let me see. Here my cursor is not working. Hopefully now you can see that here. So this is the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater right here. These are the 2 parking lots. And the best way to get to these is by just walking University to Greensboro, down Greensboro to Jack Warner, left on Jack Warner, and to the amphitheater. And again, this is kind of reiterate the parking instructions. Make sure to park in these locations, because again, the city, Tuscaloosa Police will be out there to tow and ticket people for not parking in those areas. So again, the City Fest lot, which is the one located, the closest one at Greensboro and University. The intermodal facility is also located at 23rd Avenue and 7th Street behind City Hall. Now, when you pick up your packets, you're going to get 2 sets of numbers in your packet. These are probably a little bit different than what you've experienced. We've used them at Collegiate Nationals before. These are large stickers that we use for the event. So what you'll receive on these stickers are 2 bib numbers, which are these 2 here, which you can use on your race belt. In your goodie bag, you will receive a race belt. So if you don't want to have one of your own, you'll have one in your goodie bag. This is probably the best way to use these. Just wrap them, double them over back to back, and it sticks to your race belt pretty easily. If you want to wear it on your jersey, you could stick them on there, but I would suggest a couple safety pins just to be safe so it doesn't fall off. This number here is your bike number, your bag number. You'll receive 2 swim cap numbers. They'll be located, put on either side of your swim cap. And you'll also receive 1 helmet number, which will go on the front of your helmet. Now, what I suggest for the swim cap numbers is to put those on the night before. Put the swim cap on your head, then put the stickers on, let them sit for a couple minutes, then take the swim cap off. If you try to put the swim cap or the swim numbers on before you put on your swim cap, they will bounce right off. So again, put the swim cap on first prior to sticking the numbers onto the cap. As I mentioned, you also receive a bag tag. So again, if you're bringing a bag down to the event, put your number on it so that we can place that at lost and found if it gets misplaced. You will also get a bike number. We suggest that you put it on your seat post. If you don't have room on your seat post, put it on your rear brake cable. The other set of numbers that you'll receive will be temporary tattoos, and this will be your number as well. There will not be body marking the morning of the race, so you'll get these temporary tattoos that we suggest you either put them on the night before or first thing in the morning. There will be 1 set for your arm, both arms, and 1 to go on your shins. Again, so make sure to put those on the night before or the race morning. And I know there's going to be a couple of rocket scientists out there who show up with them upside down, backwards. Don't be that person. Again, let's get them on right the first time. So again, if you do need help, we'll help you at the transition area, but they're pretty self-explanatory to put those on. So 1 on each arm, and the other set 1 on each shin. We also recommend that you attend the pre-race rules briefing with head referee Charlie Crawford. That takes place on Friday at the amphitheater. Now, this is your opportunity to ask any questions about USAT rules. Again, what is the draft zone? What's blocking? Get to the rules briefing. If you're not sure, ask those questions. This is your opportunity because the course will be patrolled by about 10 officials. So again, there will be plenty of opportunity for them to catch any drafting or blocking or any other violations that may take place. So know the draft zone, no drafting. Do not litter on the course. If you're using a goo or a bottle, keep it with you. That is also a 2-minute penalty if you did not know that. So go to the rules briefing if you're not aware of these rules. Keep your trash with you. Bring it back to the transition so we're not littering up Tuscaloosa. Talk a little bit about bike check-in when you come on race morning. This will take place at the transition at the Tuscaloosa Amphitheater. So again, from 5:30 to 7:30, all collegiate nationals and all sprint athletes must check their bikes in at that time. The sprint athletes, you'll be allowed to go back into transition later on in the morning, but your bikes must be in at this time. When you do come to check your bike in, in your race packet, you'll have a wristband. You'll need that wristband on, and you also need your bike number on the bike prior to entering transition. So we suggest to do that stuff the night before so that it can move smoothly in the morning. And again, I'll reference again the parking. Refer to those parking maps, the City Fest lot and also the intermodal parking deck. Those are the 2 locations. Any parking at the amphitheater, the Bama Bell parking lot where the swim start is, or on the side of the road of Jack Warner Parkway, you will be towed and ticketed. So we don't want to see that happen. Refer to the map. And as well at the transition, there will be bike support down there to help out with any last-minute adjustments that might be needed. Race morning, again, 5:30, 7:30 is when transition will be open, bike check-in. 11 to 12, the sprint athletes will be able to go back into transition. Again, refer to the parking map. Enter the transition from Jack Warner Parkway, and I'll go through a map here in a second. That is how you enter. That will be the only way you'll be able to get into transition. When you come into transition, you can go ahead, bring your bags, set up your area, but once you're done, ready to race, no excess bags will be allowed in transition. You'll be required to remove those from the transition area. You can place those, leave them in your car, put them at your team tents, or leave them with someone to watch, but no excess bags will be allowed in transition. Race essentials only at your area on the bike racks. And again, bike support will be there to help out with any necessary help that you might need. All right, the wave starts. Yesterday we posted the wave starts with what wave you are in. So go ahead and check that on the USAT website. There might be some minor changes between now and race day, but nothing significant. So again, check those wave starts before you come down to packet pickup. Make sure you know where you are. And so if you look at the wave starts here for Collegiate Nationals, the first waves, waves 1 through 6 will be the men starting at 7:30, and every 4 minutes after that all the way to wave 6, with the last wave starting at 7:50. The women, you got the next 4 waves, with the first one at 10 o'clock, with 4 minutes after each of that, ending at 10:12. So again, double check what wave you're in. If there's any questions at what wave you're in, please let us know, and we'll address that. Sprint athletes, we have 3 waves. First one starting at 12:30, and then 3 minutes for everyone after that. So 12:30, 12:33, and 12:36. Let us know if there's any questions on those wave starts. Talk a little bit about the swim course right now. It's a 1-lap, 1.5 kilometer swim. We do anticipate it to be a wetsuit legal swim. There have been it's been a colder winter than normal, a lot more rain. The water temperature we got this week was in the low 60s, but we do anticipate that to go up because the next 10 days we're looking at temperatures in the 70s and 80s. So that water temperature will come up, so do plan to bring your wetsuit. The swim start will be in water. It'll be a rectangular loop, counterclockwise, always keeping the buoys on your left. Your turn buoys will be yellow triangular buoys, as you see right here. Your orange round buoys will be your sight buoys. Again, there will be swim warm-ups allowed. Men, it's between 7 and 7:20 at the area. You'll be able to get in the water, do your warm-ups, get out. We'll start the race at 7:30. Women, your swim warm-up is 9:30 to 9:50 with a 10 a.m. start. So again, we'll be very strict on these times so we can keep on schedule. There will be plenty of support on the water, boats, lifeguards, kayaks, to help anyone that might need it. Again, make sure you get to the swim start at least 10 minutes before your wave. The amphitheater and the swim start for the Collegiate National Championship, it's probably a good 200, 300 yards from the amphitheater, so make sure you give yourself ample time to get to the swim start. And again, on Friday, there will be swim practice in water and also at the Halo swim warm-up area from 10 to 12. So here's the map of the course. Again, here's the amphitheater down here. Your swim starts here. So like I said, this is a good probably 200 to 300 yard walk. So make sure you give yourself ample time. This is the Bama Bell. It's an old steamship that is docked right here. The swim start will take place right in front. There will be a pier and a dock in this area where you'll jump in. Your swim warm-up will be on this side. We'll get everyone out, and then we'll start bringing in the waves to start the event. So in-water start. Straight shot down to the first buoy, left turn, all the way back underneath the bridge, left turn, and your swim exit is right here. You'll exit the water and head into transition. Again, keeping all your buoys on your left-hand side. For the sprint athletes, again, 1 loop. It's 750 meters. Again, anticipate a wetsuit legal swim. It's a separate start area from the Collegiate Nationals. So make sure you know where that is, and I'll get on the map here in just a second. But it's the same type of start in water, rectangular loop, counterclockwise, keeping the buoys on your left, yellow triangular buoys for your turns, orange round buoys for your sight. Your swim warm-up will take place between 12 and 12:20. Plenty of support on the water, boats, lifeguards, kayaks. Again, your start is a little bit closer, but make sure you're there at least 10 minutes before your wave to ensure that you get started with your appropriate time. Because we will start without you if you're not there. Again, practice the dry halo area as well as in water on Friday from 10 to 12. We'll take a look at the map real quick. So again, here is your start, same as the swim exit. In the water, head out underneath the bridge, left turn, left turn, left turn, straight in, running up and into transition. And again, it's a different start. The Collegiate National start is right about over here, so there's a little bit of a difference. Give yourself plenty of time. Talk a little bit about the Collegiate Nationals bike course. It's a 2-lap, 40-kilometer bike. It's along the Jack Warner Parkway and the Bryant Bridge. Rolling hills, nothing too dramatic, but again, it will test you. The roads are completely closed to traffic, so you'll have 2 lanes in both directions. Now, that doesn't mean don't pay attention. There's always a chance that someone might get on the course, so keep your head up, pay attention to what's going on out there. But the road is closed to traffic. There will be no bottle exchange on the bike course. So again, bring enough fluid for what you need on the bike. Now, when you start your second loop, and we'll go over this on the map, be careful and pay attention. When you're starting the second loop, there will be people entering the course for their first loop. And again, USAT officials will be out there enforcing the rules. Let's take a look at the map. So here's where you're starting down here. Here's your transition area. You'll start off onto Jack Warner, head on down, all the way down Jack Warner till you get to the Bryant Bridge. You'll take a left over the Bryant Bridge, go completely to the other side, U-turn back on the other side of the bridge, entering Jack Warner again, heading east, head all the way back to the amphitheater. So as you start to come back to the amphitheater, here's where you'll start your second lap. This is kind of a roundabout here at the amphitheater. So you'll go around the roundabout, enter Jack Warner here. This will be clearly coned, so as athletes are entering the course and people are starting their second loop, it will be well marked for safety, but control your speed through this area. We don't need any accidents at this area. So control your speed, enter, merge back in, and do your second lap all the way around, over the bridge, come back to the amphitheater. You'll dismount and enter transition to head out for the run. For the sprint, the collegiate sprint race, 1 lap, 20 kilometers, rolling hills. The roads are closed, just as we mentioned for the collegiate race. No bottle exchange. Officials will be officiating your event as well. And the only difference is when you get out to the map, you don't need to worry about this second loop. You'll just head out, head all the way down Jack Warner, over the bridge, back to the amphitheater, dismount, and head into transition. So you'll only do 1 lap for the sprint, 2 for collegiate nationals. So once you rack your bike for the Collegiate Nationals 10K run, it's 1 lap. This will be a challenging course. It's going to test you. There's some hills that will make you work. The roads are closed to traffic, but always pay attention to what's happening. There will be 5 aid stations out on the course providing Gatorade, water, and goo. Volunteers, police will be on the course to make sure it'll be well marked, a lot of arrows, a lot of cones. A lot of volunteers out there making sure you're staying on course. We will have a lead cyclist to make sure that the lead runners get out there and stay on course. Let's take a quick look at the map. Don't let this confuse you. It looks a little scary, but it really isn't. So as you come out of transition, which is right here, so you'll come out of transition on the Jack Warner, head west, up Greensboro. This is a pretty significant climb here, so this will test you. You'll head down 4th Street by Tuscaloosa newspaper, under the bridge to 27th, up 27th, across 8th, down 28th to the Capitol Park. This is kind of a historic area for Tuscaloosa. You'll run around the old Capitol, back up 29th, down 7th, to Martin Luther King Boulevard. This will bring you back to the transition area and onto the bike path. Once you enter the bike path, this will take you around the transition, behind the amphitheater, past where the swim start was, back up to Jack Warner all the way down to Manderson Landing. And at this point, you are on the bike path. So you'll be on the bike path. When you get to Manderson Landing, you'll make a U-turn up onto Jack Warner, so you'll get back up onto Jack Warner. You'll have cyclists on your left. You'll run all the way down Jack Warner, back to the amphitheater. So as you come back Jack Warner, you'll take a turn into the amphitheater and finish inside here. For the collegiate sprint race, actually, I want to go back and touch base real quick on this map. What I want to point out, in this area here, there's going to be signs that will say Collegiate Sprint 5K and Collegiate Nationals 10K. That's going to tell you which direction to go. For the men, it's not. Don't worry about it too much. There won't be any sprint athletes on the course. But the women, there may be some women still on the run course for the 10K when the sprint race is in progress. So just pay attention to the signage in this area. It should direct you in the right location. Talk a little bit about the 1 lap 5 kilometer run for the collegiate sprint race. Again, it's pretty much the same course. It's going to be challenging. The roads will be closed. 3 aid stations for you. Gatorade, water, and goo. Volunteer, police, well-marked course, so you won't be able to get lost. There will be a lead cyclist as well to get you guys heading in the right direction. We'll take a look at the map. Same thing, so as you come out of transition, you'll be on Jack Warner. As you head down Jack Warner, you'll take a left up Greensboro. Take a right on 4th Street, take you past Tuscaloosa Newspaper. A left on 27th, and this is a little bit different from the Collegiate Nationals. You'll take a right on 7th Street, another right on Martin Luther King, bring you right back to the transition area. Behind transition, behind the amphitheater, along the bike path past the collegiate swim start, the Bama Bell. It will bring you right back up to Jack Warner, and at this point there will be those signs that I mentioned saying if you're in the Collegiate Nationals, you'll head left. On the sprint, you'll go right. And straight right back down into the amphitheater. So as you come back, you'll take a nice sweeping right turn and bring you right to the finish line in the amphitheater. Talk a little bit about the aid stations. Again, they'll be at approximately every mile on the course. Gatorade will be provided. Goo will also be provided at the aid station. Here's a variety of flavors that will be offered. Water, ice. Again, no bottle exchange on the bike course, so make sure that you provide enough water for the bike course because there won't be a bottle exchange. Kind of talk a little bit about the transition area here. As I mentioned earlier, you will enter the transition area race morning from Jack Warner Parkway. That will be the only way to enter. The mount and dismount lines will be clearly marked, and they will be enforced, so please honor those. The officials will be there to enforce any penalties if necessary. Each bike rack will be individually numbered with your number. So when you enter transition, locate your number. You'll rack your bike by the seat. Be courteous to your neighbors. Again, we're not going to have any excess bags in the transition area, so only your race essentials will be allowed. Keep those in a respectable area for yourself, and don't impede too much on your neighbor. And roughly about 1:30, again approximately, bike checkout will begin at that time. So here we'll give you a little bit more of an overview of the transition area and the venue in general. This is Jack Warner Parkway here, so in the morning this is where you'll come down and you'll enter the transition area from in this area here. So that is Jack Warner, you'll enter here. Your swim exit is down in this area, so you'll exit the swim here. Sprint transition will be located in this area. Collegiate transition will be located in this area here. So this will give you a good view of how everything operates with transition and getting back into the finish area off of Jack Warner. At the finish line, water, Gatorade will be provided. There will be medical staff there to address any medical concerns you may have. We'll provide you with a post-race gift. Post-race food area will also be located here. We will provide individual printed results when you get to the finish line. We will not post race results. We will give you those individually. We know there is plenty of smart people out there and can calculate the Collegiate National Championship standings at that point. But you will receive an individual printout with your results. So if you see any discrepancies with your time, you need to address those immediately with the timer. We will not post the results. You will be handed those. Penalties will be posted at the same area that you pick up your individual printed results. Check the penalties. If you have any concerns with a penalty that might have been issued, you can address that with the head referee. And the Collegiate National results will be final at 3 p.m. So if you have a discrepancy, take care of it before 3 o'clock. After 3 o'clock, results will be final. Sprint athletes, you'll have till 4 o'clock to handle any issues with your results. But again, for the Collegiate Nationals, have all your discussions with officials or the timers prior to 3 o'clock so we can have an official result for you that's accurate. Talk a little bit about team tents and where you'll be able to place those. On Saturday morning, setup time of those tents are between 5:30 and 7:30. Those areas to set up are right here along the finish line area, as well as right here. So again, set those up between 5:30 and 7:30. You will have to break those down at between 2:30 and 3:30. So this is your team tent area in these areas right here. Your medical, your post-race food, your finisher gifts, your individual results will be handed out in this area. We'll have massage located over here. And then we'll also have a lot of vendors set up here in the amphitheater. If you have any questions or concerns, or you have people who are helping volunteering, there will be an information table, and volunteer check-in will be located up in this area right here. Award ceremony will take place at the amphitheater from 6 to 8 o'clock. We'll give out a kind of a variety of awards here. There will be the National Championship Awards for the teams. That's the overall, co-ed, the men's team, the women's team. We have the Armed Forces Team Award as well. We also provide individual athlete championship awards for the top undergrads, graduate students as well. And then we'll also have an overall awards at this point to give out. We will also have a Spirit Award. This will be done a little bit differently this year. The vendors who will be at the expo will have some kind of say and some kind of vote who gets this Spirit Award. So make sure you make your presence known with them. Again, since they will have a vote in this area, so leave an impression with them. Let them know your school, who you are. So when they cast their votes, you guys are considered for the Spirit Award. For the Collegiate Sprint Awards, we'll also provide, again, from the Collegiate Division, there's an Open Division and an Alumni Division. We'll give out top awards for those. For those who are in the Collegiate National Championship and are registered as an individual, there are no awards for the individual categories. So if you're an individual, there will be no awards for that at the Collegiate National Olympic Distance event. We just kind of want to say thank you to a couple people in Tuscaloosa who are making this all possible. The mayor of Tuscaloosa, Walt Maddox, the Tuscaloosa Convention of Visitors Bureau and Sports Foundation, Don Staley, Stephanie Maddox, the University of Alabama, the host university, Jenna Johnson, from the city of Tuscaloosa, Tara Tubbs, Rex Buck, and from the amphitheater, Wendy Riggs. They've all been instrumental in making this all happen. Also, some of the partners that are involved, we have Tier, Rudy, Blue, Gatorade, and from the television side, again, we thank CBS Sports Network and Saucony for making the television broadcast possible. So what I'm going to kind of do right now is there's been kind of a couple questions that we want to emphasize a little bit from your questions that have come over the chat lines, and it has to relate with the transition. Explain the different transition areas and the flow of each, and we'll go back and do that. You will also be able to send any additional questions to nationalevents@usatriathlon.org. So let me go back a few slides here to the transition area. For Collegiate Nationals, so your swim in and your bike in will be located on this side. So as you come in from the swim, you'll enter the transition here, find your bike, mount your bike in this area, head out onto the course. As you complete your second lap, you'll dismount in this area here, run your bike down to this end of transition, enter the transition, rack your bike, throw on your shoes, head on out, transition of this area. So that is your Collegiate National flow through transition. Now for the sprint, very similar. You'll enter the swim on this side, so you'll exit the water, enter sprint transition, run your bike over to the mount line. There will be lanes for you to run through here. Mount your bike, head on out onto the course, one lap around Jack Warner and the Bryant Bridge. You'll be dismount and you'll run your bike back into transition, and then you'll exit the run back out onto the course this way. So there will be lanes through here for the sprint for you to run through. So again, for the collegiate, you will not run through this transition area for the sprint athletes. You'll run around this way, enters transition, bike out, bike back in, dismount, enter the transition area, throw on your shoes, run out this direction, come back in for the finish. So that seems to be the most frequent question, and I think that is it. And I'll kind of go back a couple more slides here. So again, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to email those at nationalevents@usatriathlon.org. This webinar has been recorded, so again, you can go back and view this multiple times between now and race day. If there are individuals who were not able to attend, again, you can let them know that they can come and view the race briefing through the USAT website. So we appreciate your time. We're excited for the event next year. We thank you for your support of Collegiate Triathlon and also USA Triathlon. Safe travels at Tuscaloosa, and if there's any other questions, let us know. If not, safe travels, and we'll see you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. And everyone, thank you again for joining us today, and best of luck on your race. Have a great night.